Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brother T, Freemason cigar enthusiast with VCR, and we got the tapes rolling on another cigar review video for you folks today. We're smoking the Aumakua by Blackworks Studio, blended by Mr. James Brown. Now, the Aumakua is a state-specific release, or perhaps better said, it's still a retailer-specific release, but it's only in the state of Hawaii. Reason being is that retailer only has locations in Hawaii. That's right. So now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into initial impressions. Initial impressions, it has a very firm pack. The wrappers are by and large toothless. Outside of that, it has tight seams, minimal veins, and it is a barber pole. I don't know if you're capturing that on camera, but the differences are more textural than tonal for me in my optics. It has a triple cap. By way of pre-light aroma, there's a barnyard element, slight wood, and a little bit of cocoa. We're gonna cut and light. All right. Initial notes, there's a tobacco element. Yeah, that's not surprising. Slight pepper, there's a building back of throat scratch right now. A little bit of heat, bits of salt, soft wood, and a leather component. So far, it's starting off complex. The draw, it's like milkshake through a straw. It's dense. In terms of mouthfeel, more oily than creamy right now. We'll see how it develops. All right, everybody. Getting to that point where we are going to do the blend as well as tasting note update. By way of tasting notes, there's quite a bit going on here. There's a little bit of earth. We have wood to cedar at times. There's a hard water note. There's a red pepper chili flake still that's present. There's a black pepper component. Baking spice. There are bits of coffee as well at times. On the retrohale, it's smooth. You can get bits of cream, some cocoa there. I'm enthralled by the retrohale. For as robust or as full-bodied as this cigar is, you'd expect that retrohale to be maybe a little bit more aggressive, but it's cloyingly smooth. Can't even tell that you're retrohaling at times. Or at least that's been my experience so far. Yours may differ. Now, the blend. What do we have by way of blend? Well, we know that there are two wrapper leaves here, right? So it's kind of a BOGO, for lack of a better turn of phrase. There's the Mexican San Andreas wrapper, and then they have an Ecuadorian sun-grown wrapper as well. The binder is Ecuadorian Habano, and the fillers are all Nicaraguan. Stay tuned, we're going to undress this guy, do a tasting note update, and then end it with the cigar wrap-up. All right, everybody. Get to that point where we can undress this guy, remove the band. And one moment while I do that, and we'll walk through this band here very briefly. The band has a contrasting color palette. It has some embossed elements throughout. As you can see, it has some great white shark iconography there. It still maintains some of that edgy urban look, for lack of a better turn of phrase, that you'd associate with Blackworks Studio. Outside of that, the print quality upon close inspection is fantastic. There's no pixelization. The band stock, however, is commonplace, not necessarily a negative, but something that you'll see on, by and large, every other cigar offering. Moving into tasting notes. There's an earth, there's a cream, a little bit more of a cocoa or milk chocolate element that's starting to enter right now. There's wood to a pencil wood at times. There's also some coffee elements, and there's been some intermittent white pepper as well. It is a very well blended cigar, and it's dynamic. By way of cigar wrap-up, construction, fantastic. Ash held on in greater than 1 inch increments. In fact, it held on to about the halfway point before it fell off. Outside of that, there were no construction issues of note. The burn, it's been by and large all right. I did need to touch it up once or twice. The draw, slightly stiffer than a milkshake. It's dense, it's thick, it's more oily than cream in terms of mouthfeel, and to that end, it's more drying to the palate. In terms of strength and body, it's medium plus to full strength for both, respectively. Sweet or savory, it's more savory than sweet, though at times you'd be confused. It's so well blended, at times it's maybe almost a neutral. My name is Brother T, Freemason cigar enthusiast with VCR, and today we smoked the Aumakua by Blackworks Studio. And as always, smoke them if you got them.